Hey, 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 welcome to the Show Boys podcast. I'm Pixel Nick. With me is Chadwick the Third.
Actually, you're
Chad?
Nickelodeon.
Yeah, that's right. I have Nickelodeon tonight because I picked the orange for the labels. And I was like, oh man, I can't pass up that.
Pass
It's
it up. Yeah.
on brand right there. I am Nickelodeon. Thank you for the correction. I'm Nickelodeon. Joining me tonight is Chadwick the Third. And in a little bit, maybe Mike will pop on. He's a busy guy, but
Someday.
he's going to make his illustrious return from vacation this evening.
Yeah, man.
And we're gonna have a relaxing podcast here. No big topic, just just gonna be talking about the unrelaxed announcement feed we've had for the past week.
Yeah.
Really since last
Non-stop.
Thursday's episode, we had a little beginner to the D23 announcements.
Yeah.
That we covered a little bit, and then literally since Friday, just nonstop. We've got Ubisoft Forward, which is fantastic.
Yes.
We got D23. We got a Nintendo Direct, State of Play. I even hear Rachel's Holiday told us that there was a Star Trek day mixed in there where they did a ton of announcements. There's two other things that happened too, announcement wise.
I always want to enjoy those Star Trek movies and Star Trek in general far more than I actually end up enjoying it.
Do you? So you try? You try to get into it,
try,
okay, and it just doesn't stick.
Yeah, because it's right up my alley because it's a science fiction space epic, but it's got a lot of science stuff in it as well, which is right up my alley. And I don't know, the new movies they're good, they're fine. Yeah. I wouldn't say they knocked my socks off, but I don't have any ties to those characters. So maybe if I did, I would hate it or like it more. I don't know. It's just the most mediocre trilogy of movies. There might be more than 3, but
I think there's at least 3.
Do you ever watch something or play something and it's just it's okay?
Yeah,
it's not bad. It's not good. It's just meh.
Yeah, definitely.
That's how I feel about this.
Yeah, the first I looked it up on my Netflix. Apparently I felt that way about the first 7 episodes of Breaking Bad. Just okay.
Just okay.
But here's what you need to do. You need to first go watch The Expanse.
Yeah,
for that sci-fi kick, and then there's an anime or a cartoon, right, of Star Trek they have going now. That might get my claws into it that way.
Yeah. Is what's that? It's on Paramount Plus or something.
Yeah, I think everything's on Paramount Plus. That's called Below Decks. If I'm remembering correctly.
But is it a comedy?
No, I imagine it's very much kind of like a drama cartoon.
Okay. I took it as a Family Guy Star Trek thing when I saw the trailer, but maybe I'm just misremembering that.
I think there is something like that that's out there.
Yeah.
You also might be thinking of the Seth MacFarlane knockoff of Star Trek. They have a show.
Oh, do they?
He has a show that's literally just a parody of Star Trek.
Oh, that's cool because they did Star Wars with Family Guy, I think.
Yeah.
Those are great, man. You ever watch those?
Mm-hmm. This is a whole series, though.
Oh, really? That's what I thought maybe this was supposed to be. It looked like it was supposed to be a comedy. I could be wrong. It looks very comedy, like Below Decks.
Yeah, it's Below Decks is, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Orville. It's giving me
Orville is Seth MacFarlane's copy of Star Trek.
Okay, gotcha. It's giving me Rick and Morty vibes, the pictures of Star Trek Below Deck. I don't know if it's the same people that make it or what, but I don't know why I'm getting that vibe. Maybe it's just the art style on it.
It's a popular art style these days.
Speaking of anime, did you finish Vinland Saga?
No, I need to finish that.
Yeah, you really do.
I'm about halfway through it.
Oh, shit. I meant to bring my Steam Deck down here to show it off, and I totally freaking forgot it.
I mean, you're allowed to move
bummer.
From your seat.
Well, not when there's just two of us, and you're just gonna be like awkwardly Nickelodeon over there,
Well, Mike eventually shows up.
He'll eventually show up. Maybe I can dip out and go get it. I wanted to show off the size of this thing.
Yeah.
So I need to grab my Switch too.
You should just drop it off at my house so I can.
Not
so happening. I can really take it in and
not happening for like 80 to 120 hours. I need to put into Persona 3. That's been like 10 years coming. And then maybe after that, I did. So while we're waiting for Mike, we might as well just talk about my Steam Deck experience because there's nothing else, right?
Yeah.
So I pre-ordered one maybe like back in. Whenever they launched originally, I pre-ordered one. Finally got the email, got it sent over. Took like a week to get here, which is like my luck.
Showcross. What a shame you forgot your Steam Deck.
Yeah.
Everyone's sad.
Open it up. My first priority, literally my main purpose of buying this thing was to play Persona 3 on a handheld, which I'd been waiting for years. Atlas gave me the middle finger by
my whole life I've been waiting for this moment.
Yeah, literally. But they gave me, Atlas gave me the middle finger by re-releasing Persona 5, Persona 4 Golden, and Persona 3 Portable, which is like the visual novel version of Persona 3 instead of the original game. So I said, screw it, I'm going to buy a Steam Deck. I'll emulate it. It'll be great. I already own a copy of the game, so it's all legit. So I got this thing up and running, and it runs 60 FPS. Beautiful, okay? Beautiful. It looks great. But still looks like a PS2 game, right? It's upscaled a little bit with the emulator, so it looks a lot better than it probably did back in the day. But I wanted more, so I started searching, and I found an HD mod for it, and installed the HD mod for Persona 4 or Persona 3 Fez. Dude, it looks brand new. It looks like it is Atlas just remastered this game. It's crisp, it's clean, it's running at 60 FPS. It's not streaming, which is how I played it in the past, so it's not choppy. It's
everything you could ask for.
It's more than I could have asked for, dude. Not only did it give me the opportunity to play the Persona game that I have been dying to play for literally 10 years, it effectively remastered it for me with the mod. So it's like Atlas.
Maybe what they should have done. Remastered it.
What they should have done was remaster it like they did Persona 4. And yeah, dude, it's been a freaking dream come true today. And this is my first foray into Steam in any capacity. Got The Witcher 3 for $7 today. Mm-hmm. Like, come on, bro.
Everything's
verified on.
You're gonna love it.
Yeah, verified on Steam Deck, 60 FPS, running on Steam Deck, The Witcher 3. Like, I'm in.
All in. I guess. I mean, I would just play Valheim on it.
Yeah, it's verified on there. I saw it today.
I was play Valheim in bed is all I can do. And never sleep. That would be my form of sleeping, is just chopping wood.
Yeah.
All night.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for your experience about the Steam Deck. We're really excited for you to have one. You're the only person I know that has one.
Yeah.
They are still rare.
They are. But
PS5s are more common nowadays than that.
There he is. Look at this.
Holy moly.
Finally.
Sorry,
back.
And he's bald.
My watch was set on Jordan time.
Yeah.
Did
Sorry.
you get a haircut?
Yeah. Got a few.
He's bald.
Is that a requirement of going to the beach? You had to shave your head?
No, it happened when I got home. Actually, yesterday, I got my haircut.
Oh. I kind of want to go get my haircut. I'm kind of sick of this long stuff going on, so I think I'm going to cut it and have like a normal haircut.
I'm getting one tomorrow.
Nice.
Come down to the barbershop.
I feel like it's time.
Sad I missed the Steam Deck talk. Came in there at the tail end.
Oh yeah. We just I was just breaking down very quickly. Yeah, I'm gonna go grab it because I meant to bring it down here with me so I could show it off.
Your son's actually playing it right now.
No. So hopefully not. There are a lot of great.
He's eating Cheetos and playing
it. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, as soon as I saw Valheim on there as verified, I was like, dude, you guys would be all over this thing if you could get one, because what's better than laying in bed and playing Valheim? I can't imagine much of anything.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's got like, you know how the Pro controllers for like Xbox have the back buttons? It's got back buttons. So there's a lot of buttons you can program on the thing. And it is a freaking behemoth for sure.
Tell them about the FPS though. Like, definitely remind Mike.
Yeah. It's running everything that I've played so far at 60 FPS on a freaking handheld.
Mike.
Nice.
Which is absurd.
Which is more than 59.
Literally,
they should have frame limited it to like 59.
You can change all that. I mean, it's a PC, so you can change all the frame limiting, all that crap.
What GPU does it have? Is it like NVIDIA or
I have no
AMD?
I have no clue.
Come on, bro.
I have
it's
not
AMD.
a clue. I think it is AMD, but
does it get hot?
It does get hot. Yes.
Yeah.
Even running the emulator, it's getting hot.
Dang.
So it's running a 4 gigabyte game,
holding ice packs in his hand while he's playing.
Yeah. The only thing that I've noticed so far, and this is going to sound like such a bitchy thing to say, but for a handheld that I typically lay in bed and hold up, it gets excessively heavy after like an hour of playing. You know what I mean? It's like probably twice the weight of the Switch.
You're going to need to like start exercising.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, you got to build up your like forearm strength and everything.
The really cool thing is, you know how the Switch has the charging port at the bottom, so you can't really set it on your stomach and have it plugged in. It's on the top on the Steam Deck, which is like such a brilliant freaking play, right?
Well,
it was like laying on the
bottom,
couch.
You big dum-dum. Well, I mean, I know why, because when it goes on the dock, that makes sense, but
that's fine. But
whatever.
I feel like a cable could have accomplished that same goal too with a dock.
Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine people are going to be like watching like shows and stuff on it too, so you can't really prop it up with a cord sticking out of the bottom of it. So
and I can really appreciate, because I'm so used to the Switch, and this is another bitchy thing to complain about, but when you put the Switch down, you know how it sits at like kind of like an angle on the table a little bit. This one is literally like you could probably put a level on it. It's perfectly level. Like it's so symmetrically satisfying. It really is.
Modern gaming engineering perfected. So it beats out the PSP or the Vita.
Yeah, I mean it's a stake to my heart to say it, because I mean it's a slaughter fest, bro. It's not even close
until it melts.
Until it melts, or blows up or something, yeah.
Then you're like, see, Vita's still better.
The Vita has the benefit of being small and what you would feel a handheld gaming system would feel like.
Yeah.
But this is like, let's take the Switch, lock on the controllers, and make it way bigger. And let's play AAA games that the PlayStation 5 can't run at 60 FPS and run it at 60 FPS on the Steam Deck, like The Witcher currently is running at 60 FPS, and you can't do that currently on the PS5 until we get that stupid patch. So
I hate to see it.
It's exciting. Well, 10 years in the making. I've been waiting to play this damn game, and it's finally here.
Did you even like plan to need a Steam Deck for it, or that was just like how it happened to?
Yeah, well, I mean, I when we did our pitches on here, I pitched a Persona 3 remaster for this reason, because the original Persona 3 and Persona 3 Portable both have their benefits. So it would have been nice to have them combined, but through mods, you can get everything that I'm talking about. You can get the controllable parties. That's the one hang up with Persona 3 is you can't control your party members. So you can get a mod for that. And that HD mod, dude, it literally remasters the game. Literally. I mean, it looks like it came out yesterday, and Atlas did it.
That's awesome.
So, it's great.
I got to say, I love that your name is Nickelodeon.
Yeah. And it looks wearing, so good, doesn't it?
Look at my hoodie. It is a Rugrats, like...
Oh, yeah.
They're all like comic
That's cool.
panels.
Oh, and it's Japanese, too.
Where'd you get that?
Where'd you get that?
TJ Maxx.
The weeb just like TJ screams out of you sometimes.
1999.
Did you say the weeb?
Yeah.
Screams out of me? It does, man. Like Rugrats in Japanese, I'm sold.
$20, dude, at TJ Maxx.
Wow. Recently or what?
Yep, this was one of my vacation finds. my family goes to the beach to like relax and have fun at the beach. I go to the beach to restock my hoodie like stock.
So weird.
Which is something you would think you can't restock at the beach. Like they sell hoodies down there?
Yeah. There's a TJ Maxx
everyone that
my wife and her mom go to every year, which I'm like, there's literally a TJ Maxx like 10 minutes from our house.
Right.
But got this hoodie there. The other Nickelodeon hoodie I have that has Rugrats and like Angry Beavers and all that stuff down the arm, or maybe it's just straight up Rugrats. I don't know. I've worn it on the podcast a million times. Got that down there last year. Got a Reptar hoodie, a black Reptar hoodie. It looks dope this year.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, it's always my wardrobe replenishment trip, you know, because I wear hoodies about 95% of the time.
Yeah, I do too. It's actually weird that I don't have one on. I do have a sweatshirt on. It's just not a hoodie. It's a hoodless. It's a hoodless.
Ugh. Joe said if I took a shot every time this guy says FPS, I would not be here for the rest of the show.
Be wasted already.
Oh man.
Which is so odd because it's not something that I ever paid attention to until this generation came around and I experienced it for the first time, and now it's like can't go back.
Well, yeah, they ran out of things to like geek people over to like, hey, buy the next thing. So they just had to make up FPS and be like, oh, you gotta have 60, you gotta have 120, even though our eyes can't see more than 60.
I don't think because I've played a couple 120 FPS games. I can't notice a difference past 60. Yeah. But I challenge everybody to play a game for a couple hours at 60, then drop it down to 30 and see how absolutely miserable it is to go backwards.
Miserable.
Absolutely miserable.
Third world country, just decrepit.
Dude, I don't even know if it's third world country. Like they're beyond 30 FPS at this point, probably.
Wow. Yeesh. Well, Mike, welcome back. Glad you could make it.
Thank you.
You know, now we can get started and shout out our top tier patrons. Bim, Yusuf H, and Joe in the chat here. Luckily he's not drinking while Chad shouts out FPS. So he will stick around longer than the first 10 minutes of the cast. But I don't know, where do you guys want to start? There's so many things that were announced. It really is. It's inundating. I think there's something else going on. Like why do we need this much stuff in our life? Like everyone slow down.
So true right here. Wow. I'm doing a terrible job pointing.
Yeah. Yes.
I play Valheim. Graphics mean nothing to me.
That's true, but FPS does, I assure you.
Yeah, Joe.
Take another one.
FPS aren't graphics.
I guarantee you guys are running Valheim at 60 FPS. Guaranteed.
No. Nope.
It doesn't run at 60 FPS?
Not the shit I build.
Yeah, but you throw mod.
The stuff you build, it knocks it down to like 10 FPS.
Oh yeah, see, I'm out for that reason. I
put way too many objects in the world and just like it
bogs it down.
It's a lot better. I mean, they're slowly optimizing it. It's getting better. It's still early access though. It'll probably be like 60 one of those on Game Pass and the Steam Deck. Actually, though,
is it one of those games that's just like forever in early access? Because it's been out for it's been in early access for quite some time, right?
That is true.
Ever since they released it, like a year and a half now.
Ever since they released it, yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
So yeah, its entire existence has been early access.
I do want to mess around with, like, I'm curious if I can run LSPDFR, that police mod for Grand Theft Auto, on the Steam Deck.
Mm-hmm.
I'd imagine. Theoretically, you could, because
it's in the workshop. You can, yeah.
It's just a PC.
Yep,
literally.
Is that mod in Steam, like on Steam?
I don't know, but the mod that I put into Persona 3 wasn't on Steam.
Yeah, you'll be fine. You can do it.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
It's GTA.
Do it.
And I'm like, I know Mike missed this, but I hit my first Steam sale today. Got The Witcher 3 for $7.
Nice.
Like
those
wow,
are great,
what have
man.
I been missing, man?
Yep.
So I wish
big savings.
Yeah, I know nothing about Steam, so I like wish listed a couple things. Does it like email you when they're on sale?
You'll get
because I put
notifications.
Sekiro on there and a couple other things.
Same.
If you put the app on your phone, the Steam app, and sign in,
Yeah,
you'll
you
get
get
like
nice
push
little
notifications of the
notification.
sales.
Oh man, yeah, I need to
Yeah.
do that.
It's too
pretty-
convenient.
It really
is.
impossible.
Yeah,
Never
I mean,
pay
I got
full
on
price
there-
for anything on Steam. It'll be on sale someday.
yeah. I literally got on there just to look because I was like, okay, I bought a Steam Deck, but I'm playing a PS2 game on it. Maybe I should, get an actual game and play it on it. And ended up spending money on a game I already owned, but it was $7. I'm like, come on, can't pass it up for a freaking 200-hour RPG.
That's right.
Yeah, I think there's a version where you spend like $10 and you get all 3 Witchers.
Oh shit! I've never played the other 2 because I've never had access to them.
I mean, go see if the other 2 are also on sale. They'll literally be $1 or $2.
Oh man, I should because I've never played those. That's
and
the other thing is this has like exploded the catalog of games that I have access to now that I didn't before because there's a lot of old games on there.
They may not be Steam Deck verified. They're not even like fully controller compatible on the PC. That's the one issue. But they would be really good games in a handheld because they're older.
Right.
They should verify those if they're not ASAP.
Yeah. And as far as like, I thought putting the emulator on there was going to be difficult. It's literally in the Discover store. Like you just searched it and it was there. Like I didn't have to do any kind of crazy crap.
You're not alone, man. That's what people want.
There's a bunch of them on there.
You could probably go find a really hopping community on Reddit all about just like Persona 3 on the Steam Deck. Like there's probably just a ton of people out there.
Yeah, I mean, I found a video of a dude installing the HD mod. That's how I was able to install it.
A video of someone installing an HD mod.
Sounds familiar.
Hey, I mean, it's a space, People need these videos. People need these videos in their life.
Yeah. Speaking of videos, there were a lot just in like the last 2 days of like expos for companies, and even more in the last week and a half, probably.
Oh, I don't even know what happened in the last 2 days.
Dude, we got all right. So last weekend obviously was like the Disney like D23 entire weekend. I think you guys touched on some things.
Day 1 was Thursday.
On Thursday.
Yeah.
And then because I was listening to that episode on the drive home at like 2:30 in the morning. So thank you guys for keeping me awake. But yeah, you guys were like, we didn't get any Mando. Like we didn't get any like what's going on? And then we got a bunch of really cool stuff over the weekend. We had Star Wars announcements, Marvel announcements, Disney gaming announcements. Disney also was just like, hey, we're gonna release a trading card game.
Yeah.
Which I saw Joe post about, which sounds interesting. It's like a physical trading card game. Then we had the Ubisoft Forward, and then we had a Nintendo Direct, and then yesterday we had, or was it yesterday or the day before, the PlayStation State of Play, and then this morning we had the Tokyo Game Show. Hey, what's up, Britt? My sister's watching. Hello, how are you?
Hi, sister. Of Mike.
And Joe said, "Nice segue." I didn't know. I think that's what that word is.
Yeah. I think he's being sarcastic. It sucked.
No, it was kidding. Great. I practiced really hard for that one.
Wait for your moment.
Yeah, it's just like you were saying a few minutes ago. Like, why can't we space this stuff out? Like, they're announcing everything.
Well,
like all at once in like day after day for like a week straight.
I think it was you. I said this too, but it's like, especially all the gaming stuff that just got clustered in last week for no real apparent reason. Meanwhile, there's E3, which literally sucks the past like few years. So I guess they need to move E3, or this is just everyone saying like we're done with E3. Like that show's dead at this point because we just got more announcements in a week than happened at E3.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Everybody wants to do their own thing now. You know what I mean? which is kind of how E3 started, was giving people the ability to do that, right? So you'd always have your press conferences and they were doing their own thing, but Sony pulled out of E3 like a couple years ago, and it's just been like a waterfall since then, where everybody's just like, screw it, we'll just do our own
games.
crap. Yeah. But we'll see. I'm hopeful that it comes back when it comes back in person, that it will be, more popular than it was the past couple years that we've done the digital only E3. But yeah, we got more shit in this week than probably the last two E3s combined, to be honest. So
yeah, it's interesting. I kind of I haven't really been following like PlayStation, Microsoft that closely the last couple of years because I don't own a console. I have a Switch and my PC. But one thing I like about Nintendo Directs is there's multiple in a year, usually like one a quarter ish is what it kind of plays out to be.
Yeah.
Are now granted they are like 40 minutes long maybe. But like how many state of plays do they have in a year usually, typically?
4, 3.
Or I don't know, maybe
at least
maybe 4, maybe more than that. I don't know. It seems like it depends. I think it really depends.
I kind of prefer the smaller, more frequent.
There's one really good one this year. There was a complete dud, and then there is this most recent one. So there's at least 3 I know of for sure happened this year.
The annoying thing that I find with these is that even though like they come out and say, like for this one, they came out and said, hey, we're focusing on small Japanese studios and what they're doing. And when the press conference gets done, everybody freaks out that we didn't see Spider-Man and we didn't see a Ghost of Tsushima sequel. It's like they literally told you that they're focusing on smaller games from Japanese studios, neither of which Tsushima or Spider-Man comes from. So I don't know why you went into this thinking that, but that's the thing that I find annoying is everybody complains that like, oh, that was trash. They didn't show anything. Well, like, dude, they told you exactly what they showed and what they were going to talk about. And I think what they showed for me personally was like mind blowing. I mean, the announcement in the bottom left screen is the most exciting announcement out of all of this stuff for me personally.
Right.
So, I mean, that's huge. Like people have been waiting for this game to get out of Japan I think it came out in 2014. So
yeah, I think I didn't realize that till like halfway through your excitement of what was. That it was that game. So that's cool just because I'll play that. And now we're just inundated with like samurai Japanese oriented games, which is really cool. But I mean, the thing I'm most excited for, of course, is Assassin's Creed. And that's just like the extra icing on top of the whole Japanese samurai wave is that, hey, all these other games are here doing it. And then Assassin's Creed, the biggest franchise in terms of like historical combat content like that, just is like, yeah, we're going to go there too. Yeah. All right now.
I mean, it was funny because watching, like, obviously I sat down, did a live stream of the Ubisoft one. I wanted to do that with PlayStation and didn't get around to it, but that was a super exciting announcement. Like you can go watch our video on it. I got super excited. And then PlayStation comes out and it's literally in the press conference. It's like every other game is set in feudal Japan. Right. So, so while that's great, right? Because we really have Tsushima. Currently we have Tsushima and Sekiro. Those are the games for the most part. We got that Trek to Yomi, the indie side-scrolling samurai game, black and white. I played a little bit of that. I need to get back to it eventually, but yeah, like we need more games in this time frame. And it's cool because Tsushima takes place in like the 1270s, I think.
Yeah.
The Like a Dragon Ishin, which is the game in the bottom left here, and Assassin's Creed well, we don't know Assassin's Creed. The other one, which was Rise to Ronin, are both in the 1800s. So it's like it's hundreds of years after Tsushima takes place. And that's that's a prime time to tell a Japanese story, because that's right when Japan is starting to change drastically. So it's really cool to fold a story around that.
And I completely forgot that we even had that entire conversation why Assassin's Creed is so set up to do the like warring samurai era. Like, I think they might land in that era because
for sure
they need to redeploy the whole like faction warring city state thing that they did in Odyssey into
it'd be awesome.
a better setting, and
Absolutely.
that would be it.
Absolutely. I mean, that would place them around the 1500s. So that would be that. I mean, that's a good spread of feudal Japan to go through. We've got Tsushima in the 1200s. You know, Assassin's Creed lands in Sengoku period. That's 1500s, I think. And then these other ones that PlayStation announced, Rise of Ronin and Ishin, those are the 1800s, late 1800s. So super cool. The Rise of Ronin, I think, looks really good. I don't know if you guys watched the trailer for that. We could probably slap it up on the screen. It's coming from the studio that did Neo and a couple other games, but looks good, man. I mean, it looks like it's early in development. It's a 2024 release, but yeah, I'm definitely vibing with it, because in that time frame, you start adding in guns, you start adding in like actual buildings, like modern buildings.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a nice parallel between the kind of feudal Japan that we know when we think of it in our head and the modern world that's starting to take over. And yeah, it looks really cool, man. And I love Neo. I love that studio. So I'm in. It's not going to be her. My only concern is like, where's this put Tsushima to, you know? Because we have two major samurai exclusive, well, one exclusive game. I think Like a Dragon's probably going to release on everything else, but Rise of Ronin is exclusive, and it looks like a Tsushima set in 1800s.
Yeah.
So where does this mean they know Sucker Punch is not making a sequel?
I think no. I mean, they need to do a Tsushima too, but maybe they just kind of stick with the whole Mongol arc thing.
I think you have to.
Yeah, just to stay like in their lane.
What's up, underfunded?
What'd it do? Underfunded.
Joe says, could you imagine making a game that releases in 2024 and now you know everything else from that same era is coming out in 2023?
Yeah. I think that's what we're I don't think we're looking at like people copycatting. I think that people have just been working on the shit and now it's coming to light and it's just happening to land all around the same time. But they're radically different games. Like even Rise of Ronin and Like a Dragon Ishin is radically, Like a Dragon is a Yakuza game. So radically different from what we're looking. It's not an open world. Rise of Ronin looks like an open world game. They didn't say what it was, but if you watch the trailer, I think it looks like an open world game. But yeah, I think they're just landing it. I mean, people have been waiting for this Ishin game for years. This is the game that I made a Japanese account to buy and play, and was unable to do it. So
yeah, and they all, like, that's a good point. They all have their own groups that are going to play them, and they're going to be successful in their own right. Meanwhile, like, I mean, I might pick up. I mean, I would play Ghost of Tsushima too. Try to dabble in some of the other ones, but really, I'm just going to play Assassin's Creed with a samurai sword. And like probably some cool samurai armor and stuff like that.
Yeah, man, I'm super excited. I think that you know, and it sucks that Ubisoft's going to land this around time with all this other crap, but we've been asking for this for over a decade now from Assassin's Creed, is to go to feudal Japan. It's their fault they waited so long, and now everybody's picking up on the feudal Japan setting. But
it's they could go back too. They don't need to do. They shouldn't do something as big as. I mean, they can. Obviously, maybe they should, because no one else is going to be that big a scale.
I agree.
So maybe they should go full like 250 hour campaign.
Like I said, I mean, when we did our Ghost of Tsushima spoiler cast or whatever, my complaint was that I wanted that game to be Witcher 3 in feudal Japan. Mm-hmm. The Assassin's Creed game has the ability to do that. I mean, if you look at Origins, it's very abundantly clear that they were copying The Witcher with Origins, or trying to put their spin on what The Witcher was doing at the time.
Correct. Yeah. Because The Witcher took basically everything by storm, much like Elden Ring has recently, and just like that model is gonna take root. Though I don't know. Maybe they will. Maybe some of these games will take on more Elden Ring type like play styles. They could try to do that.
Yeah, that would definitely be cool. If there was anything that's going to do that out of these games, I would think that it would be Rise of Ronin, because Neo is a Souls-like. I mean, it's stands on its own. It's not a direct copy ripoff of Dark Souls, but it's very similar. And Tecmo did that same game, so it would be cool to see. This right. I would love to see one of these games come out and be ridiculously difficult, but be an open world game as well. We'll see.
No.
I mean, Assassin's Creed, man, we've been talking about this for since we started the podcast, and it's finally here. And I don't know if you guys watched my live stream of it, but it took literally like an hour to even get to the Assassin's Creed stuff. Like, I wrote in my notes,
I skipped through because I wanted to see exactly that moment.
I wrote in my notes, like, what the hell are we doing? Like, this was supposed to be. I didn't realize it was like a full-on Ubisoft Forward, but
heck yeah,
the first thing that when they shift over, because it really could have been 2 press conferences, honestly, because the Assassin's Creed stuff is like maybe 30, 40 minutes. Yeah. So when they switch over to Assassin's Creed, the first game that they announce, they put the screen up and it's got like Japanese looking buildings, and they said it was a mobile game. I'm like, dude, if they freaking come on here and do feudal Japan on mobile, I'm going to lose it. And thankfully, I think they knew that, because as soon as they showed the buildings, like really quickly, they put up ancient China just to be like, okay, chill.
And it's Project Jade, codename Jade.
Yeah.
It'd be very distinct from codename Red.
Right.
And I mean, and also the other really big thing to take away from that conference was what Infinity is, and it's not. Is it Infinity? Is that what Assassin's Creed? It's not. That's not a game. It's a platform portal to experience all the Assassin's Creeds. So that's kind of cool and good to know. So it sounds like they're going to still be it's just the platform to experience like probably the 20-hour campaign that Mirage is going to be, but then access the 200-hour one that Red will be.
Yeah, I don't know. Because at least in the press conference, they kind of separated those two, Infinity and the 2 games coming with that, and Mirage. I don't know. Mirage is coming out next year, so I don't think this Infinity platform's probably even going to be ready by then, right?
Or they're going to probably backload all.
But I would imagine, that's the vibe I'm getting. Is it's going to be like I mean, they have Ubisoft Plus or whatever. Yep. I think this is going to take over that for the Assassin's Creed part of.
You can pay Ubisoft $15 a month to get their whole catalog.
To get their whole catalog, which is cool. I mean,
it's smart.
I'll be interested to see how they handle like the pricing on both of these games. If you pay for Infinity and then you get both games, or you have to buy the game separately and you have to own Infinity.
You could probably, you probably can get Infinity, and it's just a place to have access to the games that you've bought through. It's going to be weird how they validate that, but definitely the easiest thing to do would be just to pay for the Ubisoft plan, and then it's just all in there. And I'm hoping with because they've remastered just about every other Assassin's Creed game. I think the only one left is like Black Flag. So I'm hoping that when Infinity launches, they will also launch a remastered Black Flag.
Yeah, that would be really cool. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know, man. Honestly, I was through the roof ecstatic to see that sun pop up during that press conference. It's been a long time coming. We've been talking about it for a long time. The only thing that I hate about it is that it is the studio that did Odyssey, and I hate that game with every being of my soul. So that's like that was like a dagger when they announced it finally. Assassin's Creed going to Japan, and this is the studio handing it. I'm like, oh man, that's a bummer. Hopefully they learned from the trash that is Odyssey and they don't do anything close to that.
I'm gonna finish that game right after I finish Origins DLC. I'm finishing Odyssey.
Yeah, I would love to. I would love to if the camera could just actually lock onto the character so I could actually play the game. But that's a hard ask for Odyssey.
Joe wants to know, did you cry, Chad?
No, I didn't cry. I got very excited, but I will admit that I got far more excited for the Ishin game. I mean, I was like literally jumping out of my seat in excitement for that. But that's because we had been talking about this Assassin's Creed thing. There were a lot of leaks, so it was like almost a surefire thing that this was going to happen. The Ishin thing literally came out of left field. Absolutely left field. The way they did it in the trailer or in the press conference was really cool. They just showed like one of the cutscenes from the game. And before that, they said they're rebuilding it from the ground up and then showed the Sega logo. And I'm like, oh, what could this be? And then finally, dude, I can't wait to play this game because it was awesome when I was playing it until I got to the point where I realized I don't speak, read, or write Japanese, so I can't play it anymore. I don't know what any of the upgrades are. I don't know where I'm supposed to go. I don't know what anybody's saying. So it does sound like there's going to be an English audio track on it as well, English dub, which is freaking fantastic. I would still play it even if it was in Japanese because it's that like exciting a game for me. I want to play it so bad. But the other cool thing about this announcement is they did their own press conference. The studio behind all the Yakuza games, they announced Like a Dragon 8 and Like a Dragon Gaiden, maybe something. Man Who Stole His Name or Sold His Name or something. It's a prequel or it's following up after Yakuza 6 with that main protagonist from the original 6 games. Looks really cool. The other cool thing is they changed Yakuza's obviously not the name they're going with anymore. It's not called Yakuza in Japan. It's called Like a Dragon. All these games are called Like a Dragon here. So I think they're ditching the Yakuza name for all that stuff. But I know a lot of people were worried about what was going to happen with the Judgment because the Judgment games got really popular and the actor that does the voice for the main character got in some sort of dispute. So I think you got your answer here. We're getting other stuff that doesn't have to do with that spinoff. And it's exciting. But they said that Ghost of Tsushima gave them the confidence to release this Ishin game in the West. Like, I don't know why that of all, like, for me personally, I've been obsessed with Samurai since I was a kid, man. And I know a lot of people that love that crap. So I don't know why a game that came out, in 2020 gave you the confidence to sell a samurai game to Americans, but
yeah, they shouldn't sweat it.
Yeah, for sure. Like we're all over that crap, dude. Like there's a or not a prequel, but there's another game that is before this that I would love to see come over here too. That follows Miyamoto Musashi, who's a real samurai. This guy's a real samurai too in this Ishin game. But I hope that they release that one too, or remaster, remake, whatever's going on with this one, because I hear that one's even better than this one. It's just older. So
interesting.
Shoot, yeah. Well, Mike, what are you excited for?
Well, I apologize for having to drop out there. Daughter was
she creeped up on you.
Issues, yeah. So I don't know what you guys talked about before Assassin's Creed. But just looking through, like most of the stuff, most of these expos were gaming expos. However, we did have like D23, which had Disney and Pixar, Star Wars, and Marvel stuff for shows and movies. And I'm looking through right now the Disney and Pixar one. Not too much really catches my eye here. We have like Hocus Pocus 2, Disenchanted, Peter Pan and Wendy, the live action Little Mermaid, which is already getting like review bombed, which is dumb.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. But in the Pixar, they have some cool stuff, some cool new stuff. Elemental looks interesting. Win or Lose is a series which will be coming to Disney Plus in fall 2023, which is also interesting. But I think the one that catches my eye the most from the Disney Pixar stuff is, of course, the sequel to Inside Out. Inside Out 2, which is awesome because the first one I think was an instant classic. So I'm excited to revisit that world again.
Disgust and not anger. It's like, and I think the tall skinny blue guy, was he like fear? I think it's disgust and fear. Those voice actors are not returning apparently.
Oh,
so
that's a bummer.
Amy Poehler is though.
Yeah. Everyone else is like, Amy Poehler, Sadness. But that leads people to think that they're going to introduce new emotions to kind of like make the other one, the two voice actors they lost to not be as prominent or even present. Maybe they like split up. But yeah, I enjoy that movie.
Yeah, it was great. Joe says everyone's all mad about Ariel, but no one is upset about Melissa McCarthy playing Ursula. People need to get their priorities straight. Do we really want to see inside a teenage girl's mind? Really want to see inside of a teenage girl's mind. I wonder if that's about Inside Out too. But yeah, I don't know. The review bombing is so dumb. I hate it. And review like boosting, also dumb. I basically have lost all trust in reviews.
Critic reviews, also dumb.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, especially on the compiled sites like Metacritic. Like, it's not even worth looking at anymore.
Yeah. So again, I go to platforms like ours. People who I know are not getting paid by studios to say good things about the things.
Right. Well, it's annoying because like the example I always think of is The Last of Us 2, which got demolished on Metacritic when it released, and it literally is one of the best games I've ever played in my life. So it's like that's the first thing probably ever that was like everybody apparently hated, but ended up being like easily a top 10 game for me.
Yeah.
So it's ridiculous, especially the Little Mermaid stuff. Like it's like,
well, people like go into these. I don't know. It's just that when they want to negative review them, so they they approach them from a pointless perspective because like usually that's not the point of whatever it is that's getting bombed for. It's like unrelated. Like Last of Us 2, it's a video game, so we're gonna rate it on its quality of being a video game, not like maybe there's like arguably something really terrible about the story. I don't know, but there's no reason to like trash the whole thing. It could have the worst story, but it could be the like funnest game.
Dude,
if that makes sense.
It's amazing, and the story is freaking incredible. The problem is that, and this is why Metacritic changed their rating system to 2 weeks after the release of some of this stuff was for The Last of Us, because it got review bombed before it was even out, like weeks before it was even out. So, yeah,
that's because the story leaked. It's a big portion of the story leaked or something. So
it was snippets of the story that, when taken out of context, sound horrendously terrible, but in context they work freaking amazing. So
it's like, play the game, nerds.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Who would have thought?
It's so annoying because most of the people that talk trash about The Last of Us Part 2, I almost guarantee you they did not play it. 100%. They did not play it. And then the other people that did are just dogpiling with the other guys, and they had a negative thought going into it because of the leaks. So yeah, it's a bummer because that game's amazing. I mean, it's a freaking masterpiece, honestly.
Nice. We also had the Star Wars portion of D23. Which I'm excited to hear your thoughts on some of this stuff, guys. We got a new Andor trailer. Whatever. That show's coming out like what, in a couple days?
Oh yeah.
I want to know what you guys think about the Bad Batch season 2 being delayed. That's kind of a bummer.
Barely.
So that will be arriving January 4th of 23 with 2 episodes. We got
practically 2022, like
pretty much.
This year.
Tales of the Jedi release date announced.
That was a surprise pop up. That was nice to see.
That looks good.
October.
But they're
26th.
shorts, and there's only 6 of them.
Yes, but they're. I could honestly, I could care less about the Ahsoka stuff, but I want to see the.
You've never seen Rebels, so you wouldn't understand.
The Qui-Gon Jinn tale.
Is it Qui-Gon Jinn?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's somebody else, isn't it?
What are you talking about?
Well, they are featuring looks at a young Ahsoka, an early Qui-Gon Jinn tale, and more.
Yeah, there's like Mace Windu.
And then the thumbnail has Mace Windu.
There is an Ahsoka show.
Oh, I'm thinking of Count Dooku. Aren't they doing when he was a Jedi? I'm pretty sure
he's right
it's
here
all
in
shorts.
the thumbnail here. Yeah, Dooku and Windu are here side by side.
Yeah,
that's coming October 26th of this year. Ahsoka set to arrive in 2023.
Yes.
Yeah, but could we it would have been nice to get something out of that if it's coming in 2023, like a screenshot or
that
something.
could be like
there were some images that they showed at the expo.
Oh, did they? It's an expo exclusive type of thing.
Yeah, they show some images on stage.
We got an update on Star Wars Skeleton Crew, which is currently in production.
Jude Law.
Starring Jude Law. Mandalorian 3 season 3 teaser.
Heck yeah.
Which was I actually did not watch it because I don't want anything potentially spoiled or ruined for me. So I will abstain from trailers. That was kind of all the Star Wars stuff. Obviously, I am most hyped for what we're going to be getting the soonest, which is Andor. But it's cool. We got a teaser for Mando season 3, so that should be.
I mean, it's a respectable rollout.
Well, it says February 23, so
respectable what?
Respectable rollout they have going here. I like that. I like that it's Andor, which is gonna be huge, and then we have a nice animated, which is Tales of the Jedi, 6 shorts, and then we get right away first thing in 23 will be Bad Batch season 2. So, it's like the fact that I'm not mad that Bad Batch season 2 is postponed because they threw in Tales of the Jedi, which no one really knew or expected. So
I feel like that's gonna be like. Unless they do a weekly thing, that'll be like a good 30 minutes of entertainment.
Yeah, for sure. I think that, I mean, it worked. That kind of style worked with the Star Wars anime where they were all technically really shorts. They all were separate episodes. And that's coming back too. I think they picked it up for a season 2. I was kind of curious if they were going to pull one of those shorts and spin it into an actual anime. But it seems like it's just going to be the same thing again. Different studios working on Star Wars anime, which is cool too. But yeah, the Tales of the Jedi thing looks. I'm really interested, even though they're shorts. Like it's just I couldn't care. Like I said, I could care less about the Ahsoka stuff. I'll get my Ahsoka fix from the show when it comes out. But I feel like we've just had enough animated Ahsoka, personally.
Oh, you mean young Ahsoka?
Young Ahsoka, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I get your idea there.
Yeah. So
older
I don't really
Ahsoka,
care.
That's like neutral Jedi. I'm all about that.
Right. I mean, yeah, that's what.
Need some more gray Jedi stuff.
Yeah.
Don't say that. People get angry.
Triggered. Then we had the Marvel stuff. Got some Black Panther Wakanda Forever, releasing November 11th, 2022.
So what's the deal with this? Is Black Panther not going to be in this? Are they recasting Black Panther?
Black Panther is like kind of like Batman, where it's like the mantle, not the person.
Right.
So I think I know they're writing off Chadwick because he passed.
He's right here,
tragically. Right. But I believe Shuri is now going to be Black Panther.
Okay.
I believe.
Who's Shuri? His sister?
His sister.
Perfect.
Yeah. But we got, M'Baku returning, Winston Duke, Letitia Wright as Shuri. And of course, Ryan Coogler is returning as the director. So I'm sure it'll be sweet. The first one was sweet. Ironheart news coming fall 2023. This is going to follow the mysterious new character, Parker Robbins, a.k.a. the Hood, Robbins Hood. That was a bad joke. Sorry. Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. That is going to be hitting theaters February 17th, 2023. This could be cool because, we're going to get some more Kang and lead up to the Kang Dynasty Avengers. What is that? 5? I don't know. Avengers 17.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that'll be interesting. The thing I'm most excited about Marvel-wise, though, has to be the Secret Invasion series.
Yes.
And we got a trailer for this, and it looks rad. This is coming spring of 23. We got Samuel L. Jackson back as Nick Fury. We got Emilia Clarke as who is she? Who is she? I think she is playing a Skrull, maybe. But yeah, this series looks really, really cool, and I'm very, very excited about it. Kind of back to the, while being a like cosmic threat, because we're dealing with Skrulls, but it still, it kind of has that like spy-ish, espionage-ish kind of like vibe to it, which is pretty cool.
Like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. kind of.
Yeah, kind of
in that direction. Yeah.
We got a special Werewolf by Night. I have not watched a trailer for this, but it is a special appearing on October 7th. So nice little Halloween thing. I know nothing about this at all.
Never heard of it. Yeah, I haven't either.
So lastly, I shouldn't say lastly, there's a few more things here. There's actually some other exciting stuff. We got director for Fantastic Four, Matt Shakman. He did WandaVision, so that's interesting. Fantastic Four. I don't know, like it already has a release date in 2024, like November 8th, 2024.
Yeah, I mean, they're pretty on point with that stuff, though. Typically, outside of COVID, they don't really delay their movies past those. So it's cool that they have that.
Yeah,
stuff unlocked.
It just blows my mind that they like have exact dates for stuff like 2-3 years from now.
Yeah, right.
Or like on March 17th, 2026, we will have Avengers 8. And then they actually release it on March
that
17th.
Date, right?
It might be it also might be like kind of like Feige or whoever is like running the schedule, like it's a work style. Like you commit to a date, you're more likely to hit that date. Versus people are there just like, oh, we'll do it, 2026. Like what's the Star Wars game that's coming out in 2029?
Eclipse.
Yeah.
Eclipse. Yeah.
Oh geez.
Gotta commit.
Right. We got a new logo for the Armor Wars series. Which, new logo. What's big? What's the big deal here? But this is
for Armor Wars.
It's gonna follow Rhodey, aka War Machine, which is cool. Like him, Don Cheadle. It's awesome. That is supposedly going to start filming next year. Got stuff on Loki season 2. I mean,
did you say Thunderbolts 2 in there earlier?
Yes, Thunderbolts casting announced. So this is cool. The Thunderbolts movie will hit theaters on July 26th, 2024. That's a great typo in the article here. But casting for this, we're going to have David Harbour as the Red Guardian, reprising his role from Black Widow. Hannah John Kamen as Ghost, Ghost. Is that from... She's from one of the Ant-Man movies, I believe.
Yeah,
correct?
The second one.
Yeah.
Cool design on her.
Yeah, Louise Dreyfus as Valentina. Allegra DeFontaine from the Falcon and Winter Soldier series. Sebastian Stan as Bucky Barnes, of course. Wyatt Russell as John Walker / U.S. agent, also from Falcon and Winter Soldier, and Florence Pugh returning as Yelena Belova from Black Widow. So, yeah, Thunderbolts, pretty cool. Jordan and I speculated about Thunderbolts on the Falcon and Winter Soldier companion series. So, cool. We got some answers there. Fun side note.
That's just a good B tier of heroes.
Yeah.
They have going
Yeah.
there. Like,
Well, and it's like
I enjoy all those characters.
Yeah, exactly. And like
they're all side. I say B because they're side characters of like all the other stuff so far.
I like John Walker is intriguing because he's kind of like a scumbag, kind of, in Falcon and Winter Soldier, U.S. agent.
Yeah,
like
they're all a little scummy at one point in time. Or
don't you talk smack about Bucky Barnes?
He was a little scummy for a
moment. He was brainwashed, okay? He was a brainwashed assassin, okay? Not his fault. Not his fault. But yeah, that'll be cool. Excited for that. We got Captain America New World Order cast announced. So this will be the next Captain America film. May 3rd, 2024. Anthony Mackie, Danny Ramirez, and Carl Lumbly will be returning from the Falcon and Winter Soldier series. Of course, Anthony Mackie now donning the shield and is the new Captain America. Danny Ramirez was the military guy. I think he will be Falcon. I don't recall. Jordan had this all called earlier in the companion series.
So the new Falcon.
Yeah. But yeah. Oh, never mind. I'll just continue scrolling here. Carl Lumbly is Isaiah Bradley, who is the African American Captain America back in the day. And Danny Ramirez is Joaquin Torres. But yeah, that's we also have Tim Blake Nelson in the cast as Dr. Samuel Stearns, reprising his role all the way back from the 2008 Incredible Hulk movie. So that was all the Marvel news there. Thunderbolts and, of course, Secret Invasion kind of have my attention from that grouping. That does it for the non-video game stuff, though. Then everything else was all gaming. The trading card thing, the Disney trading card game, I know nothing about trading cards really outside of Pokemon from when I was in middle school. So hardly nothing anymore these days. But we do have a link in the episode description for the card, a description of the card game. It's called Lorcana, the Disney trading card game. But yeah, it's kind of, they're Disney's response to Magic and Pokemon. And we have an article linked explaining the trading card game, then an article linked that previews some of the cards, and the cards do look pretty cool. Not gonna lie, that we have Stitch, Elsa, Cruella, Captain Hook, Robin Hood, Maleficent. There's some cool cards here. The art is really cool. The Mickey Mouse Brave Little Tailor card is adorable. He's got wooden scissors. At least it kind of looks like they're wooden scissors. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, was there anything from the Disney gaming announcements that were made that caught either of your attention? We had Disney Illusion Island.
What's Tron Identity?
You'll enter a new grid forgotten by its creator where an unprecedented crime has been committed. You are a detective, or it's following a detective program tasked with solving the mystery. You'll forge alliances and uncover truths through identity disc puzzles.
Adventure, casual, indie. That is the genre.
New adventure, mystery, visual novel. So probably not a lot of actual gameplay with the whole visual novel thing.
Yeah, but I feel like that's the prime. Tron is cool for a visual novel. I'm a big fan. I've never seen the original movie, but I'm a huge fan of the Disney one, which is kind of obscure because I know a lot of people hate that movie. But I don't know. I just have like a odd attachment to it.
No, I mean, I'm pretty sure it was a pretty good redo of. I mean, I think they're equally successful for people that like Tron.
Right.
Obviously, I think if you don't like Tron, you're not going to like those movies. So they're not really
exactly
geared toward that.
Yeah. So Joe, of course, our resident trading card expert, is very excited for Lorcana. The 7 cards from the expo, he says, are currently on eBay for $2,500 to $3,000.
Jeez,
that's insane.
So these are people that got the cards from the expo.
Yep,
that's nuts. That is nuts.
I want to go to one of these expos so bad, dude. Because I go to FDIC pretty frequently, which is a firefighter expo.
Yep.
And it's so freaking cool, even for fire. Like, I can't imagine like going to a gaming nerd one. Like, it's got to be so cool. But the one thing that got me really excited for the Disney gaming stuff is we finally found out what Amy Hennig has been working on. She's the director. I think she was director on the first 3 Uncharted games. And I was wrong. I had guessed on here that she was working on a Daredevil game, because I felt like that was what was going to translate best to Uncharted-like gameplay. But she's working on a Captain America and Black Panther story set in World War II.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't get much from the cinematic trailer, but I'm in. Like, that sounds cool. We need a cool Captain America game. Like, all we really have is Marvel Avengers, and let's be honest, it's not that great.
Yeah.
But a focused story, narrative-driven Captain America game, I'm in. And
World
from her,
War II?
she's great, and cool. World War II, yeah. So
yeah, I think that's fun. I'm excited for that, and the fact that it's a narrative-driven game in World War II. I think we need more of that.
Yes, I agree.
There were so many, in like the 2000s, and then they all kind of like died out.
Right.
The only thing we've really gotten is like Battlefield or
Call of
Modern
Duty,
Warfare, Call of Duty stuff.
Yeah,
that touches on that, but that's not really great campaigns or narrative driven.
No, I don't even think Battlefield, the world, what is it? Battlefield 5, I think, is World War II.
1.
No, that's World War I.
Oh.
I think it's 5 is World War II, and it does. I don't even think it has a story mode, to be honest with you. Maybe it does, but if you play that game, maybe today it's better because they added like a Pacific maps, and that feels very World War II. But that game didn't even feel like World War II, dude. It was one of the worst World War II games I've ever played.
Nice.
I remember
like slamming the Call of Duty that released for the 360, like on the console release, is like Call of Duty 3 or
2.
something.
Yeah, 2.
Yeah. Oh man, I played that so much.
So good. Yeah, because that was like one of the first games that let you aim down sights too, and it was like so cool that you could aim down a sight.
Man, that's a rad game. But yeah, the Captain America Black Panther game sounds really, really interesting.
Yeah.
Joe says about the Disney trading cards, they were bought at the expo for $50 for the set. That is quite the return on investment if they sell for $3,000. Holy cow. I gotta love trading cards. I mean, that's one of the aspects that has always grabbed my attention, the collecting aspect of trading cards. But back to the Disney game stuff, there's a remaster of the Gargoyles game from the 90s, which
is cool.
Will be cool. Those like 90s Disney games were awesome. Like
for sure,
the Aladdin one, the Lion King
one.
So
and they're so freaking hard, dude. That Lion King game is one, like, screw Sekiro and Dark Souls, man. That game is ridiculously difficult.
You're not kidding. It's so hard
for a Lion King game that was supposed to be for, like, children.
Yeah.
It's way too hard, dude.
Yeah, man.
I don't even think I could beat it now.
Kids these days have I sound like such an old man, but dude, those like early Super Nintendo games, so freaking hard.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Disney has an answer for Mario Kart in Disney Speedstorm. Yeah, it's just basically a Mario Kart clone. We got Disney Dreamlight Valley, which Joe has been streaming a lot of. A lot of people seem to be getting into this. I have no idea really what it's about. It kind of looks like farming in Disney villages, basically, from what I've watched Joe do. Disney Mirrorverse, which let's see. Yeah, I don't know anything about this one either. Apparently, you can play it for free. It's a mobile game.
Oh yeah.
Lego. Yeah. We got the Star Wars Skywalker Saga Galactic Edition was announced.
Yeah, I gotta be honest, man. I really want to play this game, and my other buddy that has a Steam Deck says it runs really good on the Steam Deck. So I might get it it seems like a good game to play on the Steam Deck, but I'm not a big Lego like I never really liked the Lego games, but this one just looks way better. Like it's a legit like third person action game.
Yeah, they've gotten really Lego. Yeah, they've gotten really good over the years. I haven't played any since like the original ones that came out. My problem though is I'm always like, I'll get them when they release like the final version.
Yeah,
but like there is no final version. Like they had the like whatever the last name was that came out earlier this year. That's just like everything. And now they're like the Galactic Edition.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Come on.
Well, I think probably it was too late into production to add in like Boba Fett and Mandalorian stuff, maybe. So I think that's what these packs are going to be.
Well, that just needs a platform.
And Andor
they
and
add stuff too.
Captain Rex and that kind of stuff from Clone Wars, I think they're adding too, which is cool.
Yeah, Galactic Edition releases November 1st with 13 character packs, including 6 new packs that add Cassian Andor, Reva, Captain Rex, and more. New edition will feature the largest roster of playable characters in the LEGO Star Wars series. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's huge, man. It looks cool.
Characters.
Looks really cool. I need to get to it eventually. I think it's got like co-op too, like couch co-op. I feel like it'd be a good
I watched
game to play with Brady.
Yeah, I watched Joe and Beluga Boy, his grandson, play that.
Yeah.
It does look really awesome. It's on the wish list. Avatar Reckoning. This is a mobile MMORPG shooter.
Dang.
Yeah, I don't know. Sounds dumb. Mobile.
Yeah,
you already
with mobile and shooter on either side.
Count me out.
Yeah.
This one does kind of have my attention just because it's a tactical squad-based action game. But it is Aliens Dark Descent. This will be on PC and consoles next year.
Those games always sound significantly better than they end up being. We've done a lot of alien tactical games in the past, and they've all been relatively terrible.
Gotta be good. One of them eventually has to be good.
I'll be honest with you, the best alien game, and I'm gonna have to look up the name. Isolation, dude. That game is. Have you played Isolation?
No, but it's been on my wish list
dude,
for
it's
like
so good.
6 years.
Yeah, it's so good, bro. It is that is what I want out of an alien game, not this squad based 20,000 xenomorphs running at me. I just want the one that I can't fight and have to run from.
Yes.
Like that feels like
the
Alien.
Outlast of aliens.
And it's so weird because that game did really well, reviewed really well. I think it probably sold really well, and they just abandoned nothing
after. Yeah,
nothing else after. So odd.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, so that's kind of the D23 portion of the expos. You guys kind of touched on the Ubisoft Forward already. I have nothing to add to that. Not a big AC or Ubisoft.
Well, you got some Mario. Ooh, excuse me, Mario and Rabbids stuff in there.
Yes, so let's just go right to Nintendo because that was probably, I don't want to say like the announcement that made me the most excited because we've known about Sparks of Hope for a while.
Yeah.
However, they showed some stuff and talked about some gameplay features that seem to be a lot different than the first Mario and Rabbids.
Yeah.
Like you can do quests for people. It's the open world ness, like the open areas seem to be a lot more open and explorable than in the first game.
Yeah, for sure.
And the combat looks like they've added a few new things here and there. We have like the Sparks edition. I forget how many they said there are, but they're kind of like collectible, and you can use them to help you in these battles. It looks like it's going to add a lot of new cool gameplay features.
Yeah.
And the first game, I had zero expectation going into it. I bought it because Biosiv sent me a link of it on sale for like $12, and I bought it because Mario games never go on sale.
Yeah.
And
true.
it like blew me away at how much fun that game was. So I'm really excited for Sparks of Hope. But was there anything, I mean, I know Nick, you're not like a big Nintendo guy, but was there anything from the Direct that kind of caught your eye? I mean, I guess they announced some, like, I don't know, some Zelda game or something. But
yeah, I've got a few. Go ahead, Nick. You get anything?
Is this where GoldenEye comes into play? Or
yes, I was holding Joe's comment here. He said, "What about GoldenEye coming to Switch with online play?"
Yeah, super cool. Game Pass is getting it also without online play, which seems like a really stupid plan. But
so, Game Pass is Xbox though, or no?
Yeah.
You can get on PC too.
You can get on, you can get on PC.
See, I just have no means to play Nintendo games. I just have no means.
Seriously, like anyone who doesn't already have a massive backlog of existing games to play and plays games on PC, you must sign up for PC Game Pass. It's amazing.
I was thinking about, because you can put it on the Steam Deck too. Same with PlayStation Plus. So I was thinking about doing that just to try it out.
Yeah.
What's your sales pitch? Why you must?
It's just a massive backlog of Microsoft games, Xbox games you can play on your PC. And it's only $15 a month.
Dang.
But yeah, dang. Where was I gonna go? Okay, so yeah, we got GoldenEye that announced with online play on Switch with the Nintendo Online Plus thing. I don't know what they call it, but like the with Nintendo Online,
Premium
you get
plus.
like Super Nintendo games, a catalog, and then last year or earlier this year they announced and added Nintendo 64 and Sega games.
It's a little annoying because some of those games got 3DS remasters, so I wish they would throw 3DS games on there. And they have
just put a Game Boy emulator on there.
Dude, like, I don't get it.
I would pay $15 for like Pokemon Yellow, Red, Blue, like any of the old Game Boy games. I would pay $15 or $20 to play them again on my Switch.
There are really good Metroid games on the Advance that I would love to go back and play.
So many good games.
And it's really annoying because the rumor in the beginning was that the Switch was going to be getting a store of GameCube games too, which it almost certainly could run. So yeah, I don't know. Nintendo's a weird company. We talk about it all the time on here. You can see it in the press conference.
Makes sense.
Nothing that they do ever makes any sense.
But yeah, so we get GoldenEye, but also Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Yeah.
Joe says, I have like 20 plus games on my play later list on the Game Pass. Yeah, dude, it's seriously one of the best values you can have if you're a PC gamer. $15 a month.
Yeah, it seems like a steal. Yeah, it seems like a steal.
So things that caught my eye in the Nintendo Direct: sequel to Octopath Traveler, part 2, which is really cool. It's funny that I say that because I have not played much of 1,
right?
And I literally just borrowed it from the library again yesterday for the 3rd time in attempts to like actually play meaningful amount of time in this game. The thing that's held me back in playing it is not the game itself. It's just like I I borrow it from the library, so I'm on a time crunch.
Right.
And
yeah.
it's like a really long game, and then I like just get busy and haven't been able to like play it.
Yeah.
But I really want to play it, and it's really cool that we got a part 2.
For sure. And it's got some Japanese settings in there as well, which is very exciting. One of the characters looks like a samurai, which is super cool.
Like Joe said here, I'll get used to this pointing sometime. I don't know, not right now. He says that Octopath Traveler 1 is on the Game Pass, which is where I originally first tried it. And was like, wow, this game's beautiful. Another reason to get Game Pass, get Octopath Traveler 1. But there are a few games that kind of have my intrigue, where I'm like kind of excited but more curious about. A game called Harvestella. I downloaded the demo. I'm going to try that out. And then a game called Endless Dungeon, which is just kind of like a squad dungeon crawler. Kind of looks like tactical in a sense. But those kind of have my curiosity. We already talked about Disney Speedstorm, a Mario Kart clone, and then of course the big announcement, Zelda.
Yeah, I've got
Tears of the Kingdom or Tears.
So yeah, I was going back and forth on this. I think it's Tears of the Kingdom. But yeah, I don't know. They didn't say. They maybe should have said. But there's one of the Nintendo or one of the Zelda games dealt with some sort of tear as like a collectible item. So I think it's Tears. Super exciting. I know my kids are through the roof excited for this game to come out. They dumped a colossal amount of time into the original Breath of the Wild. And it's cool that we finally have a title, because they were just calling it Breath of the Wild sequel for the longest time. And a release date in May, which is not too far away, May 23. We'll see if it gets delayed. I don't think it's going to, hopefully. But yeah, I can't wait to get my hands on this. It looks awesome. It looks like more Breath of the Wild, more map to explore. Some of the gameplay stuff that they're adding in looks really, really cool. So yeah, I can't wait. This was really exciting for me. Also, though, I finished. Well, I don't know that I ever actually finished it, but I did play a really good chunk of Fire Emblem Three Houses. Great game, especially for you, Mike. You might love that game because it's a modern tactics game.
Yeah, didn't they show a new Fire Emblem game too? At
they
the Direct?
did.
Are all the Fire Emblem games like that style, that tactic turn-based?
Yes.
Style?
So the main games are yes.
Okay.
But there are also the spin-offs that are like Dynasty Warriors, where it's just like 1 versus 40,000 people. So if you're gonna look at getting one, make sure it's not one of those, because they're just called Fire Emblem something else, and they did it a little too close. Like the one that has the characters from Three Houses is called Three Hopes, so it's literally Fire Emblem Three Houses and Fire Emblem Three Hopes, 2 totally different games, totally different gameplay. But this looks really cool. It's coming January, which is really soon. Fire Emblem Engage. Check out the trailer if you're into Fire Emblem. I think it looks really, really cool. The new explorable area that I'm envisioning in my head, if it's like the same as Three Houses, you had a monastery that was like your hub that you explored. And this one looks bigger, cooler. So yeah, I'm excited. I'll probably pick this up maybe day one. I had a blast with Three Houses. I need to get back and finish it, because it's one of those games where it's just like it takes so freaking long that by the time you get to the end of the 70 hours, you don't want to finish the game. So, but yeah, I think it looks really cool. I love the art style from Fire Emblem. I always have. The gameplay is always top notch. I'm hopeful that now that Octopath got a sequel, that we will get a sequel from Triangle. Hopefully. I'm really, really hoping that they don't abandon that game, because I enjoy that game better than I did Octopath, because I just think the gameplay is better, and there's a lot of things that are better in it, including the story. So hopefully it's a good sign that Octopath got picked up for a sequel.
That'd be awesome. Quick update on the library. They have Live Alive there.
Oh, dude, I need to get that game.
Also, still haven't gotten any update on Fire Emblem from the library. When the one time I tried to check it out, and they're like, yeah, it's just not available.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
What do you mean? She's like, I have no idea. It doesn't say. It just says not available.
All right.
All right. Thanks for the help. Joe says I downloaded the demo for Harvestella, but it cannot keep my attention for more than 10 minutes at a time. That's not a good sign.
Yeah. Speaking of the library, I don't think I even told the story. I think I just told it to Nick, but I got Elden Ring again from the library. That's how I've been playing Elden Ring. And they have a
You took the sticker off?
Yeah. So you remember that story, right? I took the sticker off. So I got it again. And I was thinking in my head, I really don't want to take the sticker off. Maybe it's still off. So I took the case up to the lady. I was like, hey, can you see there's 2 of those over there? Can you see if one of the discs doesn't have the sticker on the disc? Right. And you would have thought that I asked her some rocket science equation. She looked at me so utterly confused. And then she like registered it for a little bit. And then she's like, I'm sorry. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. It just took me a second. And then she got up and went to where the cases are, got the other case, and came back. And she's like, yeah, I think that's just where they put them in there. And I was like, okay, so you didn't get what I was saying, because I was talking about the disc, not the case. I could care less where the sticker is on the case. But I ended up just saying screw it. And it's
she probably thinks you put the whole case in the console, and you just
it's like a VCR.
Too. Yeah, it might be true.
What do you mean take the sticker off the case? Like it's like, do you ever, you know what it is?
Yeah. Do you ever have like interactions with people where you wish you had like recording glasses on so you could replay it? It was one of those interactions because it was just priceless.
Nice. Yeah, that's great. I'm interested to see what is because Harvestella looks like an interesting concept. So I wonder where it's falling short for Joe. And one thing I will say, I did start the demo for that game, and maybe it's a bug or something, I'm assuming, but it allows you to pick the gender of your character. You have male, female, or non-binary. Tried to pick a boy because I'm a boy, except they were all female models. So then I went to female, and they're all the same as the boy models. And I was like, okay, maybe something weird glitched out. So I like closed it, opened it back up. I couldn't make a boy, even though boy was an option.
So you only had all the gender options were just the female models.
Yeah.
Weird.
Maybe it's a demo thing. I don't know. But that kind of like, not that I have any issues playing as a female. I was just like, I really wanted to be a boy. I guess I don't get to. But yeah. How about does it for the direct?
Yeah. I think that's all. Yeah. Oh, Sifu's coming to Nintendo Switch too, which is super exciting. And they're really supporting. Game. Yeah, they're really supporting that game too. They're cranking out these big DLCs left and right. Well, not big DLCs, but adding a lot of stuff in the game that makes it really replayable.
That's awesome. I know you and Bios have both really enjoyed that game.
Mm-hmm.
Was there anything from the state of play for you guys caught your fancy?
Yeah, I already talked about the 2 that really stood out to me.
That's right.
Is it Rise of Ronin, I think? Rise of Ronin, maybe. Looks really, really cool. It's that kind of really cool time in Japanese history where guns were taking over and the samurai were kind of dying out, and you're playing as one of those dying out samurai trying to stick to the sword while everybody else is moving on. So that's the time frame that the Rurouni Kenshin movies take place. So I'm really interested to play that in a game sometime.
Nice.
And good studio doing it. We'll see if they can pull it off. And yeah, Ishin, I mean, all day. The only thing that I, like I said earlier, kind of rubs me. I wish they would have done both of these feudal Japan spinoffs for the Yakuza game in a package. Kenzen, I think, is the other one, and Ishin. I get why they just did Ishin because it's the newer one, and they're rebuilding it from the ground up for whatever reason. Looks really, really good graphically. So I can't wait. I hope that it does have English. It sounds like it has English. I think they even released an English cast list for voice actors. So that game may take over Tsushima for me for my favorite samurai game.
Whoa.
Because it's just it's what I want. It's got all the like role playing things that Tsushima doesn't. The immersion things, you know, the inns to stay at, the gambling games to do, it's got all that stuff. And Yakuza's very good.
You just want to be a lone samurai wandering around.
That's all I want, man. That's all I want.
Gambling, sleeping,
sharpening
your sword.
Yeah, that's it, man. That's all I want. And this game does it well. It does, from what I played of it. The combat is Yakuza's combat, so there's nothing bad there. It's a very fun combat system.
Nice.
So, cool world. Also, I didn't get that far into it. I'm sure there's bigger locations to explore, but yeah, can't wait. Day one pickup for me. I will be neck deep in that game when it comes out, and it's coming out. What I think like February, maybe. So it's not that far away. So very excited.
Nice. Did you catch any of the Xbox stuff from the Tokyo Game Show this morning?
I did not.
There was one thing I watched. One thing that I thought you would probably be into, Chad. Wulong Fallen Dynasty.
Yeah. This looks really, really cool. I don't think it's a exclusive to Xbox. I hope it's not, at least.
They had like a nice like 5 or so minute chunk talking to the directors and showing some like gameplay and stuff. I know nothing about this game because I live under a rock. So I don't know if it's like a big game that's anticipated or not, but it looked really, really interesting.
Yeah, so I think that this is, again, this is the same studio, I believe, that's doing Rise of Ronin. So this is coming out first, I believe. I could be wrong. Yeah, it's Koei Tecmo. So yeah, they're working on this first. This looks really cool. It's like the Three Kingdoms era of Chinese history, which is a really cool thing that we don't see much in games. There's another one too that is being dubbed the Ghost of Tsushima of China. That looks really cool. I cannot remember the name of it off the top of my head, but yeah, I'm excited to see what they do. If they can pull this off well, I will be very excited for Rise of Ronin. I'm already really excited for it. So even if they screw this up, I know they have made good games in the past. So. But yeah, it literally looks like these two games are somewhat very similar, actually. One's in China, one's in Japan. So
nice. And the other thing that came out of at least today, Microsoft news, Valheim, Game Pass, PC Game Pass in 2 weeks. 2 weeks from today. Anyone out there who does not already own Valheim? Again, if you just sign up for Game Pass, $15, it's cheaper than buying Valheim, and you get like a million other games. Isn't Valheim like $20?
Yeah, it's $20, but if you stop paying, you lose the game, don't you?
Yeah, but just don't stop paying. Well, you get like hundreds of other games.
Game Pass only works for people that like play lots of games. I play like 2.
Yeah, Game Pass not for Nick. 100% not for Nick.
No.
But yeah, coming to PC Game Pass. So if you have Game Pass and you've been waiting to try out Valheim, 2 weeks.
Does that mean that it's only going to be on PC? It's not going to be on Xbox?
No, it will be coming to consoles just later at a later.
Not time. Later. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, they confirmed it coming to consoles last month, or it was before our last episode on Valheim.
And they released a little blog post earlier this week about Valheim. Some fun things coming.
Valheim Part 3. When are we doing it?
Fancy clothes, new cloaks.
What?
Yeah.
Misslin's got a date yet?
No, but they are hard at work.
Oh gosh, been hearing that for 2 years.
It might be. I don't know. It might be coming this year.
Nice.
Probably.
So
Q1.
You guys want to tackle the answer the boys?
Yeah.
Answer the boys.
All right. I don't know what we got in here, but we're gonna do it.
Well, in general, we asked what are people excited for? There's just so much crap. First reply by Rachel's Holiday. She actually came through with the Star Trek news. So she said, I've got to be honest, the fact that Star Trek and Disney Plus Day were on the same day, I completely missed all the D23 stuff. So she gave us a nice update on what's going on in Star Trek world. Star Trek Prodigy is continuing to release its first season in a truly bizarre way, but the second half will be relaunching on October 27th. Relaunching. They must have failed launch on that. The third and final season of Star Trek Picard is coming in February. We have a second season on.
Is that the show that has Patrick Stewart, Professor Xavier or whatever from X-Men? Pretty sure. Anyways,
Oh, yes. I think that is correct. I know what you're talking about now. Second season of Strange New Worlds look forward to, and season 3 of Lower Decks started a few weeks ago, and in her opinion, is completely wonderful. And I was just telling Chad that's how he needs to get his Star Trek itch, is watch Lower Decks because it's animated.
Yeah, I was just about to say I need to watch that show, and that will be like the only Star Trek show that I watch. That I haven't seen anything else. But our boy, Huey from The Boys is voicing one of the
nice
characters there.
Look at that.
But yeah, Rachel coming in clutch with another expo event thing. I'm telling you, spread these things out.
All the days in the year, like
I mean, I kind of like it.
Yeah, it is.
I kind of like it. It gives us stuff to talk about. It gets all dumped at the same time instead of spreading it out. I don't want to spread out. Because it feels like E3. We're getting all these new announcements. You know what I mean?
True.
That's what it is.
Rachel, I have an update for you. We have a brand new Bluey fan, and it is Space Cork in Discord. He, is a new father.
And now he is.
Yeah, he's a new father, 3-month-old. He's already indoctrinating the 3-month-old in Bluey, which is amazing. But he and his wife have discovered that Bluey is actually not a children's show and is 100% for the parents. And we've talked about it multiple times in the last couple of weeks. So if you're listening, go spam Space Cork in Discord with Bluey emotes, because I also informed him that we have a Bluey emote and he was ecstatic.
My son's always watching the new Cars on the Road series because they're basically turning Cars into a series now. Now we'll get a second season eventually, or Lightyear. But like in the watch list, because I always make everything a watch list so I can pick from his library. And Bluey's like right at the top, and I'm like, Bluey, and
yeah, you want to watch Bluey?
I'm like, I want to watch Bluey.
Yeah, when we were on vacation, I went upstairs to our room, got Logan up from her nap, our 1-year-old, and while I was just letting her run around the room while I was folding some laundry, and I put Bluey on the TV. And of course she's one, so she doesn't care. She's just running around. And I'm sitting there watching intensely as I'm folding laundry. And it was, have you ever seen the episode where Bingo sleepwalks and she's having a dream where she's floating through space?
Yeah.
First time I've seen that episode, loved it and laughed out loud multiple times by myself, a grown adult, watching Bluey while folding laundry.
That's what you have to look forward to in your mid-30s.
Yeah. Great show. But yeah, anyways, moving on.
Boring.
Let's see. What else? We got one from the Scarlet KM. We haven't heard from old Stefan in a while. Thank you for answering the boys, Stefan. He says, I cannot wait to see what direction the Assassin's Creed franchise is headed.
Yeah.
It looks like it's going to be back to the good old days. I mean, I loved Odyssey and Valhalla, but I'm excited to see if they take it back to how it used to be. Not sure how to explain what exactly that means. but I got real excited watching the Assassin's Creed showcase. Can't wait until Mirage drops and play as Basim.
Yeah.
Basim?
I think that you're gonna get both, honestly, because I think Project Red and what's the other one? Hexe, which is
there's Jade, which is the mobile.
Yeah, I don't care about the mobile.
Did they
I'm talking
announce
about
like 5 Assassin's Creed games?
Yeah, like I said, it was like a 40-minute press
almost
conference.
burnt my hand, by the way, doing this over the candle.
Yeah, I see the candle. Yeah,
I mean, it's crazy that there's a Ubisoft like expo on its own, and then there's like the Assassin's Creed portion,
thing, which is almost as long as the Ubisoft as a whole. Yeah. I mean, smart on them. They should lean into Assassin's Creed, I think. And that's weird coming from me because I freaking hated these games until like 2 months ago. But
late Origins.
Yeah. So it's Project Red, which is the Japanese one. That is going to be in the style of Odyssey, Valhalla. And Hexe, I believe, also is going to be in that same style. That's the Holy Roman Empire Witch Trials one.
That sounds
they did not.
Rad.
That is a leak, but the trailer showed like a Blair Witch figure in the Assassin's Creed logo hanging in. That's all the trailer showed.
I figured that would be more like Mirage and like old school. You think that one's gonna be fully open world?
Yeah, I think so. We'll see.
Like straight up middle of Europe, Holy Roman Empire.
Yeah,
dude, that sounds gnarly.
Yeah, I think that I think it's definitely going to be. Yeah. I could be wrong though. It could fall in line with Mirage. Mirage is going back to the roots of Assassin's Creed. So if you're a fan of the early Assassin's Creed games, they are trying to please you with Mirage. It's going to be a more focused, stealth, narrative-driven game like the older games. So I think you're getting both. Like I said, I think you're going to stay. We're still going to get the big, huge Valhallas and Odysseys and Origins, but we're also going to get the smaller games that most of the fan base wants them to go back to. So
nice.
Origins. He loved Odyssey. Odyssey was his return to, I think, the franchise after quite some time.
Yeah, you need to play Origins. It's a little shocking that it wasn't even in your thing. You said Odyssey and Valhalla. Like, I feel so bad for you that you didn't play Origins.
Oh, man. I will say one side note before we hit the last Answer the Boys reply. Skull and Bones is an Ubisoft game, right?
Yes.
Forgot about that altogether.
Man, I just wish that Ubisoft and other events that follow Ubisoft's format of like interviewing the developers and stuff would just cut that crap out. Like, it's so cringe. Like,
right.
I cannot, like, I watched 30 seconds of the Assassin's Creed portion and immediately was like, I literally cannot watch this.
Oh, dude, if you watched that portion, you should go and watch the freaking leaning into the Just Dance announcement. It was literally.
God, I don't even want to know,
dude. It was horrendously.
It's so
awkward.
Terribly scripted.
It gave me goosebumps. That's how awkward it was.
Yeah, but not the good kind of goosebumps.
Not the good kind. Yeah,
like I'm about to vomit goosebumps.
I think, but at least they're talking about like the games. And like they're just scripting, hyping up the games versus E3 2 years ago, like 2020 E3, where they were just doing like SNL skits, but like way bad.
No, just get all that garbage out of here.
Yeah, dude, it's annoying.
PlayStation does and just play videos.
Yeah, dude.
And
they've been doing that for years.
The directs, they're like still somewhat cringy, but nowhere near this whole like totally fake interview of game devs. It's one person like, and here's the next Super Mario game.
Yeah, Switch is always
the snap cringe, but you're not getting like fake interviewed like by your coworker, and oh god, it just
I mean, PlayStation's got it down, man. So they go up, they do a 20-minute thing, they show you games, which is what we're coming for. I don't want to hear interviews. I don't want to see people pretending to dance on a AR set. Ugh. I don't care about any of that crap. I want to see the games. Take your hour and 40-minute press conference and condense it down to 30 minutes.
Yeah. Show me gameplay or trailers.
Dude. I sat here on that live reaction for almost 2 hours.
Yeah.
Most of it was like awkward dancing and weird interactions between the hosts. Like, come on, dude.
The two examples immediately come to mind. It's the Troy Baker.
Oh, dude, so
and
bad.
whoever else
so
that
bad,
was,
bro.
and I don't even remember the event.
It was E3,
but that was
bad.
that made me
E3,
that like hurt my soul because I
Dude.
love Troy Baker.
So do I, man. So
I was like, no,
yeah.
What are you doing? And then I think the same year or the following year, the PC game show, I tried watching that, and that was just, so cringe. Yeah, we have one final reply here from Ugly Kid Joe Cross, which he, by the way, said, sure would like to be a pirate and stuff. I mean, hey, you do you, bro.
I hope they
no
land
judgment
this game.
Here. He says, I'm excited for Skull and Bones and The Division Heartland. I really enjoyed the ship sailing part in Black Flag, and the Division games are pretty good, though character builds can ruin the PvP. As far as Disney, I'm excited about the new card game, Lorcana, and that is coming out next year. As a fan of TCGs, it is a crossover I have longed for. I just hope the gameplay is good. But I have a feeling I will collect the cards either way. I fear anything else from Disney at this time. Also, Assassin's Creed Odyssey dropped on Game Pass a couple hours ago, so that is a very strategic play to bring people in. I was kind of done with the Assassin's Creed games, but this may draw me back in.
Don't get drawn back in by that one, brother. Just save it.
Play as the female.
Play as the female if you're 100%. Going to get sucked in, but it doesn't fix the combat.
She's at least
the
funny.
Sound. Yeah.
And like not dead inside.
Yeah. Yeah, I was actually pretty impressed with how much Division stuff they showed off at the press conference too, because there were a couple things.
Yeah.
There was a mobile game that looks actually really cool. I'm not into mobile games. And then
I like how you
Heartland,
literally take notes in a notebook.
I do. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I typically
they really drove it home that they were supporting Division 2 for
and the Division 2.
Time.
Yeah, which is cool. I played a lot of the Division 2. I enjoy the Division 2, but the New York from the Division 1, that's what I want out of the Division. That New York City, dude, it's eerie, it's creepy, it's snowing, it's dark. It's very, very, very good rendition of New York City. I've been there multiple times, and they nailed the feeling of what I would imagine a post-apocalyptic New York City would look like. 2 is in Washington, D.C. Summertime, not very scary, not very horror vibe going on, but just the blind exploration in the First Division where you're going like through apartments and you're seeing like, you're picking up things and reading them and audio files that you're hearing of people panicking. It's just it's got a very ominous feeling to it. I love the First Division game. I will always love that game. It sucks that it didn't come out and look like what they showed off in the original E3 gameplay, which looked amazing. So I hope that they go back to New York City at some point. They did do a big DLC for the Division 2 in New York City.
Joe says, Division has huge following. I fell off the new game when I got the PC. Division is why I have my red hat.
Yeah, that's. I was just going to say that.
Fun of my character wearing it.
Yeah, I was just going to say that's where that red hat came from. Yeah, good game, dude. It's one of the best. It's the best cover system I've ever played in a shooter. It's got the hands down best cover system. The way you move and everything.
Is the first one, is it like Destiny where it's like online only, or is there like a single player campaign?
I played it entirely by myself, through and through, beginning to end. Same with the Division 2. I played the Division 2 by myself through the whole thing.
Chad doesn't play games with people, remember?
No.
That's right. Okay. Cool. Maybe I'll play. I thought the Division was like Destiny.
I mean, it has that side of it, yes, but there is a single player. You can play the whole thing by yourself.
Well, shoot.
Nice.
In that New York City, dude, I'm telling you, like no game that I've ever played, including like Grand Theft Auto 4, has done New York City better than the Division.
$30 on a PlayStation Store?
Yeah.
Nice.
Included in PlayStation Plus Extra.
Woo! There you go.
Do you have that?
Sign up.
No, I have Plus. I think I don't know what Plus Extra is.
Yes, it's like Nintendo Switch Online plus expansion pack.
Yeah, expansion pack.
Oh, I hate corporations. I hate corporate America. I hate a lot of things. Things are dumb.
You don't hate.
You know what's not dumb? Being back on the pod.
Yeah,
feels
it's
great.
Exciting to have you back. Are
When
you
was the
caught
last
up
time
on
you
House of the
were-
Dragon?
I have last week's episode to watch. I watched 2 nights ago, and then
Are you ready to come on the?
You
CS
should
with
hop.
us?
Yeah, you should hop on this episode because I think we are getting 100% getting something moving to the next episode that's going to change the show pretty drastically. So might be a good jumping on point.
Nice. Yeah, I do some recording at the same exact time you guys do the companion series. That's the only
hard no.
It's the only downfall. But I am liking what I've seen in the 3 episodes so far. My favorite part of your companion series, episode 3, was Nick's very accurate intro of what'd you say? Welcome to Showboys, where we talk.
Yeah,
for every 30 minutes of show, we talk for an hour.
Yeah, it's so accurate, bro.
And then
every
you guys
30 minutes of TV you watch, we will talk for an hour about it.
Yeah, it proceeded to have a 2-hour episode.
Yep.
This is perfect.
Absolutely.
Nailed it.
Yeah, perfectly described Showboys in one sentence.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm enjoying it. And the companion series has been awesome. I'm just 1 episode behind. I'm making my way through. I've been, funnily enough, staying current on She-Hulk, which I had no desire to really do. But it's kind of good. I wouldn't say it's like super amazing, but it's pretty funny. I will say I have one complaint. I said it in Discord. I'll probably get roasted online for saying this, but like I get it. You think men suck, but like, can you maybe not be so on the nose about it? It kind of like it kind of ruins your jokes and kind of makes it cringy when like literally every 5 minutes you're like have a dude act so like over the top, like character like of a scummy dude. It's like, okay, yeah, I get it. Like, do
that's
it in
Disney,
a tasteful
bro.
way.
Yeah,
like,
they do that with everything. They
Yeah.
do it with everything. They did it with Obi-Wan. They do that.
if
in
you can
everything
get
now.
past that, like it's a pretty cool show.
They did it in Obi-Wan.
Yeah, but like you had to have the female Inquisitor beating the crap out of Obi-Wan the whole time, so they do that crap all the time.
Yeah, you heard it here first. Chad hates women. No, just kidding.
Even though it was your fucking point you brought up. Somehow I got landed on my lap.
Technically heard it there second, heard it from you first, Mike.
Yeah.
Oh, Showboys, you just heard that point twice.
Yeah.
I will see you all
After
next
I had
week by
already
myself.
complained about not being able to be a boy in Harvestella demo. So
Yeah,
really driving that point home for you guys. But yeah, I don't know. You guys got anything else you want to talk about before we wrap up here?
Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed. Yeah.
We get it. You guys are hyped for the 30 Assassin's Creed games coming out.
I'm hyped to finish Origins, all the DLC. I'm about to platinum that game. I don't do that often.
As an accomplishment.
Good for you. I'm on a train of not finishing games here lately, and I think Elden Ring might fall into that category because that Steam Deck is just fucking calling my name, dude. And I'm like trying to finish Elden Ring up, and it's just not finishing
You'll
up.
finish Persona 3 like for the 18th time, right? Yeah.
I've never played Persona 3.
He's actually currently trying to beat Ghost of Tsushima again.
I actually was playing it the other day, so you joke, but
I am getting a little bit of a Tsushima itch to like just go in there and
dude, it's just I just like existing in that world. It's just a fun freaking world.
He just logs in and just
that's all I do.
puts the
I walk.
controller down.
Yeah, just walk.
And sits there and watches his
TV.
Yeah.
It's nice.
It's a beautiful game to do that with. So
yeah, some of the not some, all of the screenshots you've shown me that you've taken of your like 7,000.
All
are
500
very, very nice.
screenshots. So I don't know how many. A lot.
Yeah, we got Spooktober coming around the corner in just a few weeks. So that'll be exciting. We're gonna continue on the tradition we started last year, where we watch and review shortly a horror movie at the start of each episode in October. We're going to take a different approach this year, though. We're going to ask for your recommendations for horror movies for us to watch. So if you're a member of the Discord, you can throw that in the Spooktober 2022 channel. Or you can comment right here on the YouTube video and let us know what horror movies we should watch. We'll pick one each week, watch it, and do a short review at the start of our episode before we get into our topic. It was a lot of fun last year. I enjoyed it. I watched a couple movies that I probably wouldn't have watched before. How did you guys like doing that? Did you guys like it?
Yeah, I loved it. I'm excited to see what pops into that thing. I'm really got an itch, and I know it's going to be so weeby for me to say. Just get over it. I'm a weeb, okay? You should know it by now. I've never watched any J horror movies, and I know.
Did an orb just fly past your camera?
What was that? Dude, that was freaking huge. I thought it was a bug.
That was like a giant moth. Like Mothra just freaking flew.
There's nothing down here, bro. There's no bug down here whatsoever.
It's like the one time we were talking about scary stuff and like all my Funko Pops fell off when we were talking to Wendigoon.
Right.
That was fun.
So I don't even remember what I was saying because I'm so startled right now. Oh yeah, I want to watch some J horror stuff, Japanese horror movies.
Yeah,
I hear there's really good ones. The Ring is a Japanese horror movie that I should probably go watch, the original. Mm-hmm. So throw some indie or not indie, throw some Japanese stuff in there if you guys got any good Japanese horror movies. I'm
probably waiting for you to recommend them to me.
Yeah.
I will say probably my favorite review that we did last October was the second time Wendigoon came on, and Nick was like, yeah, I watched a movie. It was good.
There's some stuff that happened, and it moved the story forward, and then it kind of ended.
Let's see.
I still don't know what to make of that movie, whether it's like genius or absolutely stupid.
Oh yeah. Let me look.
Murder Party.
Yes. Yeah, it was depending on the glasses you had on while wearing, it could fall one way or the other off that fence.
I think that makes it a good. I think that makes it a good movie if it can toe that line.
Yeah. Joe Cross says Persona 5 coming to Game Pass.
Whoa.
Interesting.
Lots of Game Pass news.
Really pamping up Game Pass this episode.
This episode's sponsored by PC Game Pass.
Not.
Go sign up. I wish. Joe also says need to watch Killer Clowns from Outer Space before the game comes out.
I didn't even know there was a game coming out. Persona 5. I wonder if that's Royal or the original Persona 5, because I do need to go back and finish that one too, because I have not finished Persona 5.
Yes,
but that seems like a prime Steam Decker too.
I can't seem to get away from people who are obsessed with Persona.
Right.
I worked with Nick, and I both worked with this one dude who was like way too obsessed with Persona.
Yeah. What's his first name?
Ray.
Okay.
I still don't understand what that game's about.
It's so good, dude. Like if you're not into it, you're not into it. Yeah. So I mean, if you're not into it, you're not into it. I mean, Mike, it's right up your you're on like a JRPG thing. It's the literal
be like
best JRPG.
I don't want to be like a high school teenager.
You do want to be, I assure you.
If I did,
action? Do you fight people?
Oh yeah. Yep.
If I went that route, I would probably play Doki Doki Literature Club, just because it's.
This is Doki
really
Doki Literature Club. Some of them are as twisted and screwed up, and it has turn-based combat and
Dookie Dookie Literature Club. Got it.
Dookie Dookie. Yeah, that's it. Look that up when we get off here.
All right. Man, I know this whole outro is taking like 25 minutes, but stuff just keeps coming up.
At bare minimum. Yeah.
Yeah. I was watching a Mr. GG video today where he was telling some interesting facts about some like disturbing horror movie review he did, which really was like he has a series of videos where he goes and watches the alleged like scariest, like most disturbing videos trending on like TikTok or like whatever, where all the people are like, oh my gosh, I couldn't sleep for like 3 weeks after watching this movie, and they're like just garbage movies that like aren't disturbing or scary in the least bit. But the funny thing is, like, it's a terrible movie. His review of it is hilarious, like always. But in this second follow-up video, he was like, like maybe to a normal person who isn't as like dark and twisted as me, who hasn't already watched some of like the literal most disturbing movies like on the planet, probably would find this movie very disturbing. But like for me, this is like watching Bluey. I mean, he didn't say that, but it would be like the equivalent.
What movie did I watch last year that we talked about that was really, really screwed up? Serbian film.
Oh, Serbian film. Yeah, don't watch that.
Dude, horrendous. Yeah, screw me up for days, weeks.
Do not watch.
Do not. Yeah, don't do it. It's like, and I think it's banned here, and rightfully so. Like whoever came up with that story is really fucked up in the head. But
there's actually one that's worse than that. I forget the title, but those people are special.
Yeah, something. Yeah, that's one way to put it, I guess. I want to do another anime episode with Brady, so I think we're going to do Spirited Away here coming up soon. It's kind of a Halloween-y kind of movie, so that will be coming to Patreon eventually here soon.
Nice.
Hopefully.
Nice.
It's been a while since we did one.
Yeah, it's been so long since you and Brady have done Patreon episode.
Like a month.
Yeah, at least a month, probably.
I guess we should do one for this month.
But yes, okay, so we're gonna actually wrap this up now. Thanks for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed. I almost went into the newscast outro there. Hope you found this both informative and entertaining. I mean,
this felt like a newscast episode.
Yeah, this was basically the return of the newscast for one night.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah. But anyways, thanks for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe here. Head over to Showboys Gaming. Subscribe over there because Chad, he decided to stream some games today, twice,
unsuccessfully. Yeah,
twice, but only half of what he actually played.
Right.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm so salty about it. I don't even want to talk about it because I literally I whooped the shit out of a boss. I did such great things, and what got recorded is just me getting my ass kicked over and over because. When I picked back up, it's literally 22 minutes of me dying repeatedly over and over until I just gave up.
That's hilarious. Yeah, so make sure you subscribe over there, Showboys Gaming. You watch Chad's stream. You can watch all of our streams we upload from Twitch. The Dungeons Dragons campaign will have session 2 uploaded soon-ish, probably in the next couple days. Join the Discord, go to our website, check out our Patreon. And tune in Monday night for the next House of the Dragon companion series. We have a non-live companion series running that is being released audio and video. The YouTube videos are popping up Wednesday mornings. The audio is popping up Tuesdays. And that is The Chosen. I'm doing a series with my friend James, aka Space Gork.
Shout out.
So that's been fun. Let's go check those out. I don't know. I don't got anything. You guys good to end?
There. Roll the credits.
Get out of here. Guys, my fantasy football team destroyed last week.
Yeah.
Like,
got destroyed or did destroy?
I destroyed my opponent. Like,
you guys do an auction draft?
No, we are in a dynasty league, and everyone heavily indexed for the future. And I think they forgot that you have to actually play this season.
Yeah,
dude, I have. Here's some of my starters just to throw us on: Patrick Mahomes, Jonathan Taylor, Nick Chubb, Cooper Kupp, Travis Kelce.
Oh wow, dang! Star-studded.
What are you doing
there?
What are you guys doing?
Yeah,
I literally traded Lamar Jackson and DeAndre Hopkins for Patrick Mahomes.
Wow.
Wow. What? Why would you want Lamar Jackson over Patrick Mahomes?
Nobody knows.
What are you doing? What are you doing with your life?
They're scared that Tyreek Hill is gone. He's got no one to throw to.
Well, he still has Travis Kelce.
True.